Twitch thing in chat here. Apparently, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this EISA SCSI card. Because when I plugged in with the floppy cable connected, it wouldn't turn on. So I'm like, let's disconnect it and see what will happen. And, well, with the system off anyways. So I turned the system back on, just like I agreed with. Flashing lights. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a short on here somewhere. I looked all over the place for any signs of like crud, like on the bottom of the card. All the contacts are actually nice and clean. So I figured, I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's probably actually, I just discovered that there are like different jumper wires on the bottom of this card here. So let's go ahead and remove the card carefully, not to damage it. It's hard to wiggle this thing out back and forth in the EISA side. That particular side's never been used. Let's take a look at these jumper wires here to make sure they're not touching anything else. Okay, see, they are not touching anything else other than just the points they're getting contacted to. Alright, I see a little black mark on there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I think it's just a marker. So anyway, this is the EISA SCSI card that I got. And for whatever reason, when I plug it into my computer and turn on the computer, nothing. I even changed the clock settings to 33 megahertz. That didn't do anything. Still kept refusing to post. And there's that one. Okay, so there's this one jumper wire that goes from the northwest corner of this DPT 1001B. It's going to say north, like in my chipset. Yeah, chipset. And it goes down through here. And it goes to the right underneath this. So my clock escalator, I'm trying to figure out how in the world that keeps going underneath there. And then it goes to the right. And then goes down to this chip where it's marked G43A. I think it's the PAL chip. I can't read. There's so many markings on here. It's an AMD PAL chip. So then there are two contact points. One over here. Come on, focus. And one over there. So it's the only. For those who are just tuning in, I was just doing some diagnostics on the card to see like why in the world it's not turning on. Oh, not making my computer refuse to post. So I'm trying to figure out if it's because of the motherboard that just doesn't like newer cards like this, or if it's just something else. I gave this thing a nice isopropyl alcohol bath, and yeah, that's funny. So I was looking at, there's this one jumper that goes from this DPT 1001B to this PAL chip that's marked 243A right here. Apparently it looked like it was contacting a couple of points here. That a little bit all the way there. It looked like it was getting too close to contact to a couple of pins here, like a couple of pins right here. And of course it did it again. Yeah, actually it's best. Okay, just by here. And I was trying to figure out if there's something out of the ordinary here, and I noticed that there's a little bit of a piece missing here, but I think that's normal anyway. That was not my doing, but maybe whoever the card manufacturer must have. It must have been a design thing. There are a couple other jumpers right here in the back here. Well, looks like it's just bare metal wire. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I'm trying to figure out like why in the world people just like use just plain jump wire like this. It's just bare. You can touch like other contacts. It might cause a short. So maybe this paddle chip right here. This is my other paddle chip that's worked. That's 177E. Paddle 16VBH 15PC. So I'm guessing that's 150 nanoseconds or maybe 15 nanoseconds, one of the two. So it looks like this chip right here might actually. If that was the case, then the chip would just like I'm gonna go have the puff the magic dragon smoke. But I didn't see any signs of it. I think this I'm on Motorola. I can't read. MC68HC000FN102B 89NQEWR9111. I'm not sure this chip is the issue. I'm not sure like where to start on here because when I just plugged the card in without any cables connected, like no SCSI cable. And I'm trying to figure out if this is for the floppy drive, but when I plugged in the floppy drive cable, it will not even turn on with it plugged in. So when I turned off the computer, light the power supply amount, turn the relay off, and all the internals. Well, just to make sure it's completely discharged, so to speak. I then remove the cable plug and turn the computer on. Doesn't even want to spring to life. So I'm trying to figure out if it's because of a BIOS chip issue or if it's like one of these, tantalum, or as I call them, tantrum capacitors, because they always have a fit anyway. If that's the issue, I might plugged in the computer. Actually, let's go ahead and put the card back in the computer here. And unfortunately, I don't have any way to know like which jumper settings are for the BIOS for the BIOS. I always call it the BIOS. It's for the computer itself to enable or disable the EISA. I know there's a clock oscillator somewhere in here. I can't read. So 14.3 megahertz. I think that's the clock oscillator for the EISA slots. So I'm not sure it's because I need to replace that clock oscillator for that or something. I've never used EISA cards before, so let's go ahead and turn it on here. And when I turn the computer on, it's supposed to go, I want to do the RAM count, but it doesn't do the RAM count. So technically it doesn't post, and I left it saying for 5-10 minutes, does nothing. It moved from one EISA slot to the other slot, still does the same thing. So I'm not sure what to do. Yes. I'm sorry, say again? Say check me. Okay. Alright, I have to end this real quick, sorry.